Alright, so here's the deal. Anyone who is familiar with the statues of Atlas and whatnot, and him holding the world or the heavens on his back, compare the angle of his arms with that, right? And then imagine what he's holding, right? Compare that to when you're looking at the Gulf of America. I think you'll notice the same thing that clicked for me today. It being especially relevant because the Etruscans, or the Atlus Cons, so the family or offspring of Atlas, right? Which would be the which would relate to father of Ras, which would be God, and then it would also relate to at the Dras, which would relate to, well, it relates to a few things: the fourth house, and also the eighth house, because the Ras is the sickle or the phallus, the phallus. So the phallus. So at the Ras would mean at the Scorpio or the South Pole, which is in the Gulf of America. So, yeah, there's that. Oh yeah, so the point being, the Gulf of America relates heavily to Atlas, the story of Atlas in shape as well. If you look at like the statuary of Atlas and images of Atlas holding the world or the heavens up, depictions of this, and then compare it to the shape of the Gulf, I think you'll see the same thing that clicked for me today. Either way, anything else to talk about? Oh yeah, what else? The something I forgot to mention in the I was talking about the Irish was, I think I put a note in the video, but the Irish, right? Irie is Eily or alley, right? Right, like an alleyway or a hollow. So Scorpio, hole, gray, Amberites. Like I said, this was a major landing point for the Amberites. From hence they established themselves and spread into Europe and Eurasia. I mean, there, Ireland, Ararat, and the Italian Peninsula seem to be their three main landing points, frankly. I mean, North Africa seems to have had a lot of traffic that could have come from Ireland and Italy as well. Could also be that they just showed up in North Africa too, because the Gulf would take them to where that would be a decent shot outwards from the Gulf Stream into North Africa. The Irish. Okay, yeah, the Irish are also so Irish backwards is Siri or Shidi, which is gray, which is amber, and then Irish is Irish. This is an elongation of the word arch or arc, which means like utmost, but also like travel and growth and curve, right? The arc. Arc is also a hollow. An arc is also a hollow or a hole or a building or a container, right? So hole, Scorpio again. You have archangels, and you have the term archon, which is I think it's like ancient Greek for like a leader, essentially, like a high up leader, Saturnian kind of figure. So yeah, they're the arch people. So it would also be the people of like you have the four archangels or the four fixed signs of the zodiac, and then the archangel or the angel of the arch is the sign of Cancer. The archangel amongst archangels is the sign of Cancer. With angel and angle being the same word, God's angels or his angles are the signs of the zodiac. Point being, the Irish. Yeah, either way, the Irish proliferated. The Amberic teachings through Eurasia. And so you have like this element. It came in waves seemingly because you have the Furbolg and then you have the Tuatha De Danann. So there were seemingly waves that occurred in Ireland, because then you have the Bolg showing up in Eurasia around Belgium area. This is where you get the name Belgium from. And they got to Bolg, or to bulge, is to swell. So people of the swell, which also refers to the sun. The sun is swelling, and it even goes by the name Sol or Soul. To be swole is to be like the sun. To swell is to be like the sun. Expansion, to be expanding. Conservation, expansion, utilization, rather than expenditure, contraction, consumption, nothingness. Okay, the only other thing, guess I could go into a few things. Well, what time do I got? 5 minutes only? Alright, I'll just do this quick. So it occurred to me randomly that this is kind of like, I'll kick shit around and then a couple days later the answer will just suggest itself. So I was talking about astrological caricatures in anime, and I've been looking through Jujutsu Kaisen for it, and then it occurred to me today that the cursed speech user guy, I forget his name, right, but he always talks using sushi names, right, or fish terms, right, so Pisces, and he's a cursed speech user, so he's representing Priapus conjunct Virgo ascendant opposed by the moon and Black Moon Lilith, so that's totally cursed speech, and then he can't use his speech because it'll cause potential harm, right? So instead he has to use Pisces terms to speak. 100% his character is a caricature of Priapus conjunct Virgo ascendant opposed by moon and Black Moon Lilith in Pisces, with Pisces ruling the 7th house. And the moon being 7th, and then I would say Lilith 6th. Because this also relates to every day he's doing like this forbidden, his speech is forbidden every day essentially. And then he has to use a partnership with the moon and 7th house relating to partnerships. He has to partner and communicate with others, which also relates to the moon, via using these Piscean terms. So yeah, everything, all media is just astrological caricatures essentially. The good stuff, even the shitty stuff. The good stuff just does a better job writing it and puts better writing around it. But they bank on astrological caricatures because that's pretty much the only way to get people's interest. Anything of quality is going to generally end up reflecting these. And then that's how they try to get people to view the non-quality shit too, by like half-cocked, baking it in there. You know. Either way. I'll have to read the manga at some point. I only saw the anime, but JJK's a lot of astrological caricatures, like Fushiguro is Megami, that is I mean, he essentially has the backstory of a boy named Sue from the Johnny Cash song, and then he's definitely Black Moon Lilith and Pisces in the 6th house. Every day he's pulling out these animals, pets from his shadow to fight with him. That's literally Black Moon Lilith in Pisces in the 6th house. 6th house, bam, bam, bam. And then Black Moon Lilith would also relate somewhat to the a boy named Sue kind of scenario as well. That's just a few. You can do this for pretty much anything. Another freebie I'll give you. Nanami is definitely Neptune. Definitely Neptune in Aquarius in the 5th house. I mean, he even has Nami, which is wave, in his name. I don't know, I guess that's it. I think I'll cut it off there for now.